Hello, I'm Justin Smith. Coming up in the Columbus Report, we have some ideas for your weekend, including where you can find award-winning barbecue and enjoy a parade. That's coming up, but first, a look inside today's edition of the News Reporter. Police say a local bank employee embezzled nearly $200,000. Plus, if you own real estate in the county, tax officials are going to take a look at your property this year. We'll explain why. Owners cut the ribbon on a new boutique in Tabor City. We'll tell you when you'll be able to hear a new single from a determined local musician. And did you observe this giant tank going around the courthouse? We'll explain where it was headed. Also in this edition, a special section all about the North Carolina Strawberry Festival. And the latest edition of Gators East, a newspaper produced by students at East Columbus High. All that and more in today's edition of the News Reporter, available now at nrcolumbus.com. Almost every community in Columbus County has some sort of festival, including some of the smallest communities like Farmers Union. This Saturday, they'll celebrate their 19th annual Spring Fest that kicks off with a parade at 11 o'clock. A couple years ago, I set out to capture the sights and sounds of the parade and to find out why the festival is so important to the community. Here's what I found.
Today is our 17th parade. It's just something that we all look forward to. We have people coming from California, Michigan, Greensboro. We have a lot of them that's coming out. Some of them's been gone for quite a while. And they just be glad to get back, to meet friends and see classmates, cousins, all of that. This is a beautiful community. They still farm peanuts, cotton, a little bit of tobacco, not as much. It used to be a lot of tobacco.
Since we don't have Backer no more, we really don't have nowhere to fellowship with each other. When we got through with Backer, everybody went to the lake, and it was just a fellowship time with families. Today we're gonna celebrate because this is the only thing we have going in our neighborhood now. And we had it for about 17. We started in 2000, been 17 years, and I'm trying to keep it together every year. Matters if it's big or small, I would love to keep it together. Where we have what little bit be here, we'll be able to fellowship with each other.
There's something to help the community and keep them together and let them, all of them know that they loved in this community. I love Farmer Union. I love Farmer Union to my heart. I love it. My mama, my daddy, my grandfather, grandmother, all of them. I just grew up here, and I just love Farmer Union.
There's some people here that just don't want to never go nowhere, and I'm one of them.
Now I'm pleased to be joined by Gene Martin from Fair Bluff to talk about a special event happening this weekend. It's your annual Barbecue on the Bluff. Gene, tell us what people need to know to get involved with the good things that are going to be going on this weekend.
This is our 8th annual, and first of all, we'd like to thank you for having us over here to talk about Barbecue on the Bluff. It's something we started about 8 years ago, and it's the great thing about this thing is it has become known statewide now because we get competitors from all across the state. Plus, we have the local guys who, hey, I can do as well as they can, so we have really two divisions. We have the professional division and backyard barbecue. Mm-hmm. So we're really going to have two winners. Our winner here goes to the state cook-off in Raleigh in October. So we have not yet had a winner, but we've had some come awful close to winning in the state. So we're looking forward to that. But this is the great thing. One of the big events is on Friday at 6 o'clock on Friday. All of the churches in the city limits of Fair Bluff cook a huge pot of chicken bog, and it's free to anybody who comes. Anybody that wants to come by and get some chicken bog, it's free as long as it lasts. And 8 huge pots of chicken bog going to last a while. This year we've got some vendors. There'll be a lot of things going on Friday night with entertainment. The vendors, the chicken bog. There's also a cake judging contest on Friday afternoon, and those cakes will be auctioned off, and some of them will be sold by the slice if you'd like to try a different kind of cake. And that'll be on Friday, along about 8 o'clock or 8:30. We'll have the little parade of pigs, and that's when the cookers get their pigs, and they get to pull the curtains and do all their fancy stuff to get their pigs ready. And then they start cooking. They'll cook all night. Around 8:30 in the morning, the judges will judge. They will also judge the sauce that each cook has prepared. Then the parade will be at 10 o'clock, and this will be our first parade. We have not had a parade in the past. Our parade this year is going to be the first thing. Dewey Hill is going to be our grand marshal. So we're looking forward to that. And being our first one, we're sure they're going to be, we're going to stump our toe a couple of times, but that's all right. And at 10:30, quarter to 11, after the parade, we'll announce the winners. The barbecue will be for sale, $8 a plate. That includes slaw, bread, cake, all the fixings along the barbecue. Or you can buy it by the pound. $8 a plate, $8 a pound. The money goes to the Chamber of Commerce to be used in Fair Bluff. And then we're going to present the winners with their check and a trophy about as tall as you are.
Wow.
I would say it's about as big as me, but they don't make trophies like that. They just make them taller. So, like I said, it's going to be a great weekend of fun in Fair Bluff. We invite everybody to come. And if you don't come, you're going to miss something.
So, Gene, for people who are watching this and they might not be that familiar with Fair Bluff, where's all the action going to be taking place? How can they find it?
Won't be hard to find in Fair Bluff. It's on Riverside Drive. If you're coming in from Whiteville and Chadbourn, it'll be on your right. You turn by the old BB&T Bank, which is now the Town Hall and will soon be the new Visitor Center. And you can't drive back there because the road's going to be blocked off. That's where all the stuff will be happening behind all of the stores there on Main Street on Riverside Drive.
Right.
There's a stage back there. There are picnic tables. You can also go on the Riverwalk while you're back there. So.
Yeah, well, lots to do there. And so about how many competitors are you expecting this year?
We're expecting about 12 this year because for the first time in 8 years, we're competing against another event in North Carolina. And the reason for that is theirs is normally the third weekend in April and ours is the last weekend. Well, this year, Easter was on the third weekend, so they moved theirs to the fourth weekend also. So we don't have as many cookers from out of town as we would normally have. But we feel like that's okay too.
Yeah, well, a dozen is still going to produce a whole lot of barbecue.
That's
right?
a lot of barbecue. Each pig, and it's a North Carolina Pork Council sanctioned event, meaning that all the pigs have to be about the same size. So the pigs will be 100 pounds, give or take a pound or two. 100-pound pig, normally 70 pounds of barbecue. So.
Lot of pigs.
Come hungry.
Come hungry, right. Well, Gene Martin, thank you so much.
Thank you,
I appreciate
Justin.
it, and good luck with the event.